Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 run. Hope you're all doing well. Today, I wanted to test out one of the new cool weapons from the 1.1 beta update, the Fireball. Fireball is an awesome weapon that was added in the update. It is an explosive elemental weapon that sets everything on fire in a gigantic AoE, but it's not available as a starting weapon to any character because it only shows up later on in the game. For that reason, I'm going to be picking a weapon that will let us roll into the Fireball as quickly as possible, and we're using the Loud as our character selection because I like using the Loud to test new weapons. The extra enemies on the field give you the economy that you need to roll aggressively to find the higher level weapons, so it just fits naturally when you're trying to do a run with a new weapon. So we're going to take the Plank, which is also an explosive and elemental weapon, to make it more likely that we roll into fireballs as we level up, and play the Loud. I thought about doing this run with the Artificer, because the Artificer uses elemental, the elemental weapon tag well, of course, since it increases its explosion size, and it uses explosive weapons well, since that's the whole theme of the character. But a big chunk of what makes the Fireball a unique and interesting weapon is the fact that it sets everything in a giant AoE on fire, because it has the burning damage, and the Artificer's damage penalty would apply to that burning damage, so we would not be getting any value from one of the cool parts of Fireball if we played the Artificer. I'm going to go ahead and just take the harvesting here. When you get wave 1 harvesting on the Loud, you should usually just take it, and then we will lock this Scar, awesome early find, and roll for more planks, taking a plank, locking weird food, and rolling, locking another one, and can we lock one more plank? Perfect. So we got 3 with a 4th locked and 2 good items locked early, so that's a pretty good start. We've also offset the harvesting loss that Loud suffers from, at least a little bit in the early game, so we're pretty well set up to start looking for fireballs as soon as possible. In order to make this run work, of course, we are going to need to find those fireball weapons, and so that means we're going to need to roll into luck as soon as we can, or build some luck as soon as we can, because that will let the higher level weapons start to show up a little bit earlier. I will also mention that I am once again doing everyone's favorite thing and tweaking my microphone settings, so do let me know if this sounds like an improvement compared to my recent videos, or if you preferred the old microphone setting. I've just made some changes to try to hopefully increase the clarity of my voice. Alright, I'm going to roll here. We could pick the percent damage or melee damage to scale with our planks, but we really want to scale those with elemental damage to set up for fireballs later on. And let's just roll for harvesting or another economy stat. We missed, but we'll take luck here, and I'll grab 3 regeneration. We do need healing on this character, of course, and 3 regeneration will let us get that online quite early. Grab the plank and roll, and roll, and roll. Okay, starting to get a little concerned here. Okay, at least we found a 5th one. Usually on the Loud, because it's a character that has such a good early game economy, you expect to find 6 weapons. We only found 5, but because of slightly unlucky rolls, but we should be able to recover from that without too much trouble. Plank as a weapon mostly scales with attack speed, because it's got decent damage output, but it doesn't scale very well with bind damage, so you can't really scale the base damage of the plank very effectively, and it attacks extremely slowly, so the best way to increase the damage of planks typically is to buy attack speed, and that will work pretty well with the fireball as well, because that's another slow attacking weapon. Really happy that we got that loot alien there right at the end. I wasn't sure that we would be able to kill it before the wave ended, but we got there. Take the coffee, and then although I do want attack speed, when we get missile for free, I think it's still worth taking, and then I'll just grab the level 2 upgrade to boost my armor here. 10 luck will serve us in good stead for hunting for fireballs, so we're going to grab that, and then let's take all of these items and roll. Take the level 1 plank and lock the level 2 plank, and that helps us a lot because now we have actually found 8 total weapons by wave 3, so we're well on track to having our weapon set online. One of the things about tweaking audio setups, of course, for recording videos is you have no idea what everyone's different speaker setups is going to be like. And different microphone settings and whatever sound very different on different speakers. So, something I knew nothing about before I started trying to do this and have had to learn a little bit about, much against my will. Do I take max HP or regeneration here? I think we will pick up the maximum HP. The healing will be good as well, but currently 23 HP is enough that we will not get one shot, which definitely will help us out. I could grab 5 harvesting here to try to offset our harvesting loss a little bit more. Range isn't terrible on plank, but we do intend to build into fireball, which won't care that much about the range. I think I'm just going to grab the harvesting. Although we can't get it to positive, it's still worth picking up in the early game like this. Get the level 2 plank here. Luck, I definitely want. Do I want it badly enough to lose 1 elemental damage? I probably do. In the early game, that won't matter a ton because plank only scales 50% with elemental damage. And in the late game, we should be able to find enough that we won't be too worried about it. That said, Terrified Onion for only 19 when we have minus 3% speed, I think we probably have to take as well. So we're going to reduce our luck a little bit. Grab the jelly and the propeller hat. Even at only 1 HP, I think jelly's often worth picking up, and then we are going to boost it to 2 HP, because for a big chunk of this run, we will hope to have some fireballs and some planks. Since hopefully we roll into some fireballs pretty soon. You can see that plank is a pretty bad weapon for actually defending your character, just because it attacks so slowly and it's short-ranged, relatively speaking. So we're taking damage that other characters wouldn't. In these early waves, that's fine. We just want to focus on killing as many enemies as possible, rather than worrying about not taking damage, because we have plenty of healing to tank through it and aren't in danger of dying anyways. Just want to maximize our farm. But obviously in the later waves, we're going to have to work around that. I'm just going to grab 9 speed. 8 harvesting would be fine as well, but the level 3 upgrade is too good to pass up on, I think. Baby Elephant, we probably won't need to do additional damage output, so I think I'm going to roll past it. We already have an explosive weapon here. Insanity, we do get �2 criticals with the plank, so we could boost our damage with Insanity, especially our damage against elites and bosses. Is that worth it to pick this item up when we still have relatively low damage output? I think it probably is. It's pretty cheap to buy Insanity there. Roll here, and I will take the wheelbarrow. Although we only have 2 armor, we've got positive armor still, and this will let us offset the Loud's harvesting penalty. One thing on the Loud, by the way, is that you still gain harvesting when you have positive harvesting. You still gain the 5%, so we're gaining 1 and losing 2. That means it's going to take a lot of waves before we actually get back into negative harvesting, despite the Loud's harvesting loss every wave. I'm going to reroll here and look for more items, and we will take the Pocket Factory, I think. This character will end up doing a lot of fire-based stuff. If we roll into Scared Sausage, we'll take Pocket Factory. And getting it this early means we can kind of build around the Pocket Factory as an item. We also have a tree, so we should get a couple more turrets per wave than we would otherwise. Kind of bad movement from me there off the start of that wave, because I just let the little chargers run past me freely without hitting them. Definitely want to make sure we're actually doing damage to those enemies and not just letting them survive for the beginning of the wave there. I need to buy some more HP soon. That's part of why we bought the jelly, even though it's an inefficient way to buy health right now, just because our health is quite low. Definitely want to move through these big groups of enemies to make sure we're getting the most possible material out of them. And here, I could take harvesting again, I could take health regeneration, I could take armor. I think it's still early enough, I'm just going to buy the harvesting, and that will set us up to not have to worry about negative harvesting. I'm going to take attack speed here over HP or melee damage. Attack speed is the thing that will help keep us alive most of all of those items. Grab the plank, pocket factory, dynamite, and I will take the book. It only costs 9 because we get a free reroll here. So that's going to allow us to pick that up. Boosts our pocket factory a little bit. That's not a major concern, but it is a unique item if we find fairy later on down the line, which is definitely something that we'll care about. Take the coffee here. Fuel tank does cost me 1 melee damage, so it hurts the planks scaling a little bit, but it's still positive for them. Do I want medical turret as well? We do have some engineering. This is a way to heal. I think the medical turret is not worth locking, but it might be... that might be a mistake. On the other hand, we rolled into 2 items we really want, so pretty happy to have rerolled there instead. I kill these healers. I let that other one wander off and survive. And I need to break at least some of the eggs, because it's hard on a plank build to kill these quickly enough. Since our single target damage is relatively weak. So you don't make a ton of money off of letting the eggs hatch because it does take you a little bit longer and cost you some wave clear. And on the loud, there's so many enemies on the field, there's always something to hit, even if you let the big slashers, or if you kill the eggs and don't let the slashers spawn. So you're kind of costing yourself by letting them hatch when you're playing the loud. I'm going to take the elemental damage here. It's hard to avoid, though, as you saw, because there's just so many eggs on the field. Take the elemental damage here. That's great. And the coupon is excellent as well. Let's reroll. I think we can do better. And here we'll take 2 armor, because we only have 1 currently. 12% damage is definitely good enough to pick up also. And this whole shop is great as well. The only thing we're missing right now is a fireball, because I really do want to try out that item. Vigilante ring we'll take. This is pretty early to roll into it. Flamethrower would be good to help keep us alive if this were a level 2 or a level 3 or higher flamethrower, but the level 2 flamethrower I have found much less exciting after the nerf to its range and projectile travel speed, mostly the travel speed, because flamethrower mostly is for lighting enemies on fire, but is for mostly the lifesteal. And the projectile travel speed makes that much harder to actually use. Also, of course, we're going for a fireball build, but the flamethrower is worth discussing for a character that's struggling with its healing, and we only have 3 regeneration. I could reroll for 10 here. There's a lot of good items that will boost our economy that we could find, and so we'll roll and hope we pick one of those up. And in fact, we found Tree and Hunting Trophy. I'm actually not sure which of these has higher expected value in the next wave, because right now we only have 6% critical hit chance. But I think getting the Hunting Trophy early makes more sense than getting the tree. Probably get, I don't know, 5 to 10 materials out of it. And the tree is basically a 20% chance of a crate. So, because you'll usually get 1 more tree per wave per tree item that you actually have on a very rough average. And then trees have a 20% chance of dropping a crate. A little more because we have some luck. I'm also getting distracted thinking about which item we should have picked up and forgetting to dodge, so we're taking a bunch of damage here. You can see that the fact that we're using a pretty weak weapon overall is starting to cost us, even though Plank is AoE damage and good for these large groups of enemies that we're facing playing as the Loud. Its damage output it's just bad at defending the character, so it's hard to use when there's a lot of enemies on the field, even with 30% attack speed. 20 luck is great, that will help out quite a bit, and because we have the Hunting Trophy, I'll take the critical hit chance over the elemental damage, though of course we do want both. Hunting Trophy got us 10 materials, so I think it worked out to be slightly better than the tree, but I'm still not 100% sure which of those was correct to take, given that we couldn't buy both of them. And we'd see 1 more shop slot if we bought the tree, because we could have bought tree and cake and not had to lock 1 more item. So there's a couple subtle considerations there, interesting to think about. I'll pick up the Vigilante Ring, tree, cake, and Peaceful Bee. All great for us. And there's a plank. Alien Tongue Pickup radius is kind of useful for this character right now because our sole method of healing currently is consumables. And when you're using consumables to heal, pickup radius is actually pretty good. So I think I will buy the alien tongue here. In part because it only costs 50, so it's relatively cheap. But also because we are struggling to heal. And we have pretty good consumable healing. So adding in the alien tongue to make it easier for us to pick up those fruits when they spawn and when we need them just makes it easier to heal. In general, I think if you're having trouble picking up materials, don't bother with alien tongue. Just grab baby gecko, because it won't actually give you enough additional material pickup in a given wave to be worth buying just for that. But if you're using consumables to heal, then alien tongue can be worth picking up just because it makes your healing more consistent. You see there, if we didn't have it, we would have had to stay near that tree for longer in order to pick up that fruit. So we got a little bit of extra healing and a little bit of extra wave clear because we were able to move away from the tree faster and still pick up the consumable. Wave 9 with a hunting trophy and an explosive damage weapon, of course, is going to be a lot of money on the Loud, so very happy to see that. Surprisingly, we actually haven't found a single gentle alien or mouse. Loud is tagged with increased enemy spawns, so usually you see those more often in the shop when you're playing this character, and we haven't seen a single one yet. Here I'm going to grab the regeneration. I do want to boost my healing in addition to what we've already done, and then we'll take the 9 max HP because our max HP was just too low to be comfortable. Grab the speed here, and then with 4 regeneration going into wave 10, I don't think we want the Weird Ghost. I do want Weird Ghost overall, but it's going to cost me a lot of money to play safe enough to not die when we have the Weird Ghost. So I think we are going to skip it in this spot. And we'll skip the book as well because we already have one. I will take Snail. I'll level up my Plank. Still haven't seen a Fireball. Ice Cube is going to be great for this character to boost our elemental damage, of course. And Propeller Hat, excellent. Really would like to see a Fireball because I think that is the goal of the run. Take the Coupon. We're not going to grab Wheat. Losing 2 elemental damage is too painful. We don't need Lifesteal. So let's roll again here. Improved tools, we do have the Pocket Factory, so improved tools can help with that, but I'll take the Shady Potion and the Beanie first, but we will still buy the improved tools. Now, a little bit regretting that I passed on the medical turret, because we are struggling to pick up any form of healing on this character, and improved tools with medical turret would be a good way to heal. I don't know if our damage is going to be high enough to actually kill the elite with this current setup, but we do have, I believe it's a wave 12 elite, if I'm remembering correctly, so we do have this wave and next wave to find a little bit more damage output or some more consistent healing. Currently, we are in a little bit of danger going into the elite wave because Plank is a very bad weapon to fight elites with, and we don't have much healing or defensive stats. 1 Fireball would fix our problems, I think, as well. So we're fairly likely to roll into it because we do have both the explosive and elemental tag, so we're more likely to see weapons tagged with that. And we've got high luck, so seeing level 3+ weapons in the shop is not unreasonable for us. Take the regeneration here, I definitely want that, and we will take the mouse as well, and then 15 more luck, 9 more max HP, that's great. So that helps us a lot in terms of being able to survive the elite wave, because we've got a little more regeneration and a lot more max HP. Tentacle is great when we already have hunting trophy. The more crit chance we get, the better this is going to perform. And then we're just going to buy all of these items. Rolling here. Another tentacle I will take, and I'll grab the alien magic as well. Stone Skin I think we actually don't want because we only have 3 armor, so it's only 1 max HP, and attack speed is so important for this character right now. Grab the blindfold and the injection, and then go to the next wave. You can see we're starting to see level 3 weapons, so we are open to getting some fireballs soon. Hopefully that can actually happen for us. If I don't find fireball during the run, I'll do a couple levels of endless, and if I don't find fireball up till like wave 30 or whatever, then I'll just post this as a plank cloud run, because this is still a fun run. But I am hoping to see the weapon that we're here to look at. Starting to take some damage here, so I need to be a little more careful. With only 3 armor, every hit I take is actually quite a chunk of damage. And with only 5 regeneration, we're not very good at recovering from that incoming damage yet. We have started building some dodge because I found a couple blindfolds. So we're not terribly off. This is a little late to get snowball, but we will still buy elemental damage when we see it. So we're still happy to pick that up, and I'll take the crit chance. Mutation, that's an elemental damage item for us. Black belt, we currently have 2 scars, so we don't need XP gain. I will take the baby gecko. A roll here. Bean teacher, this is a little more interesting than the black belt because it has a penalty to a stat that we don't care about really. 50% XP gain is a lot. This item was also recently buffed to cost a little bit less, so, and we do have a horde wave, so I think I will buy the bean teacher. It might get us 1 more level, but for 142, if that's like plus 9 HP, then that's worth picking up. Now I will take the medical turret, and we will combine and get another plank. And then for 26, I think we can possibly buy some useful stuff, so I will reroll here. Take a peaceful bee, and then I will take the pile of books as well. Structures can critically hit. Well, we do have some structures with the pocket factory and the landmines, so, and we have hunting trophy, so anytime those kill stuff, they can heal us with tentacle, and I'll work with hunting trophy. Thank you, by the way, to those who pointed out in my recent video that was working. I wasn't 100% sure if tentacle and hunting trophy would work with the pile of books, but it does, so our structures will be able to provide us with hunting trophy income if they get critical hits. All right, let's see if we can kill this elite. I think the best way for us to fight this elite is to try to kill it quickly, and try to fight it around our medical turret so that when I take hits in embarrassing ways like that, we can recover our HP relatively rapidly. The more enemies we stack up on top of the elite, the more DPS we're going to do to it, because we have explosive weapons. So if we hit the other enemies around it, the explosions can stack damage onto the elite as well. And it looks like we're just going to have the damage to finish it off. Definitely a slow elite kill, but not bad for a plank build, which typically has very bad single target damage. And then we actually were able to clear out the enemies pretty effectively and still make good money here. Very happy to pick up the clover. We want both luck and dodge. Night goggles, yeah, range is really good. Since we are sort of stuck being a plank build currently, the range is even more important. And then 62% damage, but we do have a hunting trophy, so I'm going to go with the crit chance. We'll take the regeneration here because my speed is fine. Well, this whole shop is great, obviously, so we're going to pick all this up and then roll. Still 0 fireballs, but we will take these 2 items and roll again. I definitely don't need another bean teacher. And I think I'm going to roll past the jelly. At this point, our max HP is a lot more reasonable, so we can roll past all that and look for fireballs. Buy the elemental damage, which is actually worth 3 because we have a snowball as well. I could have bought Cyberball there because we are buying a lot of luck. Maybe that would have been correct. At this point, though, I'm a little more focused on just saving enough money that we can roll for fireballs. So I want to leave shop slots open to find those so we can actually try out that weapon. Once we find one, it will be much faster to find subsequent fireballs, because when the shop rules for what weapon you're getting in the shop, there's an approximately 60% chance of it being random, 20-ish% chance of it being one that shares a tag with a weapon you have, and 20-ish% chance of it being the specific weapon that you already have. There's a couple other things that can bias it, but that's like very rough. So you are much more likely to find a weapon that you already actually have one of in your inventory. Here, more luck or elemental damage. I think we'll just take more luck, and then 3 armor is great. We will take the coupon. Tyler is an awesome find and works really well with our pile of books and our improved tools, because this scales off elemental damage, which we're building. I'm going to roll here. I will take the fin because our movement speed is good, but could, of course, be higher. We'll buy a plank. We're getting a lot of XP gain items this run as well. A lot of XP gain items. Still not taking candle, even though we're an elemental damage build. Really would like to roll for fireball, and in fact I think I'm just gonna pass on this plank. Although the level 4 plank would be fine, I really just want to re-roll on these shops in order to find the weapon that we're looking for. We'll take the duct tape here though, just because armor is important, and then bowler hat, I think that's reasonable to pick up as well even this late in the game. For 43 I'm not gonna re-roll though. All right. What I really want is fireball before the next wave so that we can use it on the horde wave. Our damage output is fine, so I felt fine just passing on that level 4 plank, because we're still killing things reasonably well. We will struggle with the next elite unless I boost my damage significantly. But for the horde wave, this should be plenty of damage to clear the horde. Our defenses are actually pretty good at this point because we found that +3 armor and the duct tape and everything, so I'm happy to just tank damage, especially with our alien tongue and high consumable healing and the medical turrets on the field. We can heal back up pretty quickly. So even with all the goobers and stuff running around, we were fine there. Definitely taking the dodge, and then here we'll take some regeneration. Another bag, and yeah, I will take a level 2 plank just because it's cheap. More luck, sure. Let's roll. More HP, yeah, we'll take all that. And I guess I'll take another plank. We already have so much XP gain, I really don't need a bean teacher going into this, although it is starting to look like we maybe are going to have to dip into endless for this run in order to find some fireballs. So given that, I'm going to pick up the bean teacher before we go into the horde wave, and then these are excellent finds as well. We do have +4 consumable heal, so I could take alien worm. Our regeneration could definitely use a boost. If we find fairy, it's another 1 regeneration, but I think it's going to cost us so much in terms of healing that I'm still not going to take it. Obviously, the hunting trophy is hard carrying our economy this game. And you can see the sheer number of consumables on the field and how important they are to our healing is why I did not want to decrease my consumable healing, especially going into this wave. A lot of enemies, because it's a horde wave, but we have critical hit and a hunting trophy, so things are definitely going well in Loud Land over here. Try to kill this tree, and we're gonna make like almost 2,000 materials this wave, as well as completely bugging out the sound quality in the game. Take the vigilante ring and the attack speed, very important, and then 20 more attack speed, also really important. Gonna grab 9 dodge here. I could take elemental damage, but I want the dodge more and the armor as well. Scared sausage, this is great. We're building elemental damage. We have a pocket factory, so this is going to help us set things on fire. And when we do finally find a fireball, it will increase the damage of fireball as well. Take a lure, beanie, and I'm going to grab the laser turret because we have the scared sausage and everything. Medkit, sure, we'll grab that, and gentle alien. And I guess for 78, I'll level up a plank. Silver bullet, this is going to be great for helping to actually kill elites. Where are our fireballs? 23 regeneration. I think we can afford to take the weird ghost. How much do we care with 86 health? Not that much, probably, but it's something that we can just buy to use the last of our materials, so I'm going to go ahead and do that anyways. Then I'll just move over to where my medical turrets are, dodge the shots from the lampreys. I thought those were my medical turret spawns, so I actually put myself in a little bit of danger there because we had both bait and weird ghost, which wasn't the mistake that I made, but the mistake that I made was I didn't know which of these constructs would be my medical turret. Actually, I think the one behind the Tyler is. So because I forgot that we had a bunch of turrets that weren't my medical turret, I thought I'd be able to just run to my constructs and get a free burst of healing immediately. But because we don't know where the medical turrets are going to spawn, I got distracted by constructs that weren't them and went in the wrong direction to start. As it turned out, a medical turret was hiding behind the Tyler there, but that could have been dangerous given that I didn't know exactly where to go to get healing. Gummy Berserker, we have only 10 armor. The 5% attack speed is valuable though, and the range isn't bad. I think I'll pick that up. I will take the pumpkin just in case we decide we care about piercing shots, which we might when we get fireballs. And reinforced steel, I'm going to just go ahead and recycle because I don't think we really use the engineering or the range damage. Take the elemental damage here. Our percent damage is fine. I want to boost my base damage a little higher, and we'll go up to 100 HP, which is kind of where I want to be at. Lucky Charm will take, Gentle Alien, and Night Goggles. Getting close to 100% critical hit chance also, which is kind of fun. Another Gentle Alien. Second Alien Tongue. Consumables are still a big chunk of our healing, so we're going to grab that. We'll take the mouse for bonus economy, and the little muscly dude. Lock this Lucky Charm. Fireballs, please. Game. Don't you know I'm doing a run for YouTube? Brotato devs, you gotta put a give me the weapon I want button in this game so that I can do gimmick runs more easily. And yes, I'm aware that there is in fact such a button, and it's called mods. I could have used a mod to spawn in fireballs or even start with fireballs, but I wanted to try the weapon for an actual run as you would encounter it in the game. We've just gotten quite unlucky with that. Cape I'll definitely take. That will get our dodge up to dodge cap. Yes, it cost me 2 elemental damage, but this gives us more than dodge cap, and that means we can take negative dodge items safely. Get the explosive turret. I don't want to reduce my crit chance. I do want to increase my crit chance, and we don't really care about losing melee damage, so we'll take the schmoop here as well. Here, I'm going to go with 16% damage or 5 regeneration. I think we'll just take the damage. Pick up the blindfold, lucky charm. This gets us over 100% crit chance, so that's perfect. We'll take this and roll. Yes, burning we do want, and then I will continue to boost my regeneration armor, of course, as well. Anvil, I mean, I guess that's gonna upgrade our planks as we apparently are going into endless mode. Very rare that when you have weapon tags like this, you don't see a single one of the level 3 weapons that shares a tag. I would say this is a pretty unusual circumstance. Now, loud isn't tagged with anything that makes it more likely to find those weapons. So maybe I need to try this with mage or artificer, something that's more likely to find explosive or elemental weapons. If we want to test out fireball at lower levels. Making pretty good income from these waves, though. I'll take the piggy bank. If we're going to endless mode, we want to get rid of uniques from the pool. We'll take the armor here, and then I guess I'll take 9 max HP just so we don't get exploded. There's another elemental and explosive weapon, the plasma sledge. That is kind of a fun one for what we're trying to do here, the plasma sledge. And I guess it's sort of a weapon that, I mean, it replaces planks very easily. Obviously, we're buying the anvil. Now that we have anvil, by the way, buying this level 2 plank doesn't do anything. So right now, the anvil needs to tick twice to upgrade 2 of these slots level 4, right? Our 2 level 3 weapons. If I combined these planks into a level 4 weapon and bought the level 2, it would still take 2 anvil ticks in order to give us 2 level 4 weapons. What I can do is sell this level 1 plank and upgrade it to a level 2, and that reduces the total number of anvil ticks that we need to hit all level 4, because it just basically gives us +1 wave that we've accomplished with the anvil already. So anvil changes the math on which weapons you should buy in weird and interesting ways. So what we're actually going to do is recycle this plank, the level 1 plank, buy the level 2 plank, combine here, and buy the plasma sledge. And now we only need a total of 6 anvil ticks to reach maximum weapons on all of our weapon set. Buy the fuel tank and the beanie. Of course, the snowball is pretty good when we're going on into endless mode, because although it's only provided 4 elemental damage currently, we'll continue to buy elemental damage items as we go into endless. I also bought the plasma sledge just because it's going to help. It does so much more single target damage, so it's going to make sure I can actually kill the bosses, which this build can just tank through them with 60% dodge and good healing and everything. We're not in danger of losing to the bosses, but I want to make sure I can kill them and get my high level items. So we can pull maybe some of the unique legendaries out of the pool, or just have better weapons as we go, better items as we go into endless mode. Our pocket factory is not going to do a ton in endless mode, just because the constructs fall behind pretty quickly. But maybe we can get more engineering. And of course, they do still set things on fire with our 2 scared sausages. I'm going to take that. We currently have, how fast do our weapons attack? A little faster than 0.75, so I don't think we can take the ball and chain. I guess that's another unique item that you can't buy in endless mode, so it just sort of clutters up the pool for longer. Roll there. I'll take the 3 regeneration, and we'll take 10% attack speed as well. Take the weird food, and then I'm going to roll. Giant belt, that's a unique item. This will also help us kill bosses. And we can take the alloy. It gives us a couple stats that we want, and we're over dodge cap, so it doesn't matter that we're losing dodge. Obviously, we're over crit chance cap as well, but the melee damage and the elemental damage are both useful. Damage here, and then we will roll. Grab another bag. That's perfect. A little more percent damage. Roll again. Definitely taking the sharp bullet. This both pulls a unique out of the pool and will allow us to pierce if we ever find a fireball. That decreases the number of anvil ticks that we need. Okay, well, we'll take a particle accelerator. This wasn't the weapon I was hoping to test, but the particle accelerator is still a really fun weapon, and it's going to be really fun on into endless mode as a big elemental damage weapon, so we'll definitely take that. let's hit endless mode. I came so close to clicking go wave 20. Doing that, I've only ever done that on camera. I never do that when playing endless mode on my own. That's both bosses dead, and now we are on into wave 20. The particle accelerator, at least, is going to be a very satisfying weapon to carry into endless mode. So, although we didn't really get to test Fireball as a weapon, this is still going to be a really fun weapon to test out. So at least we're accomplishing some science. I have gotten to play with particle accelerator, I think once before, in a video. But should be excellent in this video as well. Greek Fire, perfect. This helps us kill bosses with burning damage. This is what makes elemental builds possible to use in Endless as well, is the Greek Fire now does percent-based damage, so it helps you kill late game bosses. Yeah, we'll take the pumpkin. Clover, I guess I'll take, we don't care about lifesteal. Explosion damage and explosion size, awesome. We are trying to build explosive weapons, so the explosive shells is great. Another unique item out of the pool. And then I'll just take 10 luck here and here for armor, because our armor is quite low still. We will go ahead and combine and then buy the particle accelerator, eye surgery, roll. Taking some unique items here, so we'll pick up the regeneration potion. Cyberball is another way that we can kill stuff in endless mode, so I guess I will pick that up now. Vigilante ring's gonna keep ticking on into endless mode, so always worth grabbing. And then we will pick up another tree. Wave 21. And if you haven't seen the particle accelerator before, it is extremely satisfying, firing lasers everywhere. Probably I'll sell out of my planks as soon as I can. When we find other cool weapons. We're just gonna make this a cool weapon elemental endless run, I guess is the plan. Gonna look for tardigrades in order to go a slightly deeper endless mode run as well. What's gonna happen, of course, is that by the time I actually find a fireball, we'll just have so many cooler weapons and we won't actually want it. We'll take the boiling water, and I will take the plant. Take mouse, it's a limited item, so we want to get these out of the pool. Take the muscly dude, because I do want to boost my max HP. I usually like to get to around 200 max HP in Endless, and then kind of stop worrying about it. Don't really need the Excalibur, because we do have some, I guess we do have some melee damage, only 2, but it does scale with double our health. Excalibur is a very good late game weapon, because of course you can overcome the armor penalty and do a bunch of damage, but that's not really what we're doing in this run, so I think we will roll past the Excalibur, but I'll buy another Cyberball here. Blew up those elites reasonably quickly. Certainly not as quickly as we could have, but a fairly fast elite kill. when you're playing Endless, your main income comes from bag and hunting trophy, because enemies are much less likely to drop materials the further you go into the game. And hunting trophy, when you have 100% critical hit chance, becomes where you get all your materials from. It's every enemy you kill. And of course you've got like a lot of gentle aliens and mice and stuff like that, so there's lots of enemies on the field to generate hunting trophy. So the fact that we already have one is pretty nice, and we want more. Take the move speed here and the crit chance, elemental, gentle alien. We don't need the wheelbarrow. Do I want armor here? Yeah, I guess I'll just take 6 armor, and then we will pick up, I'm gonna roll here, I think we can do better. I'm gonna grab the engineering, scale our constructs as well. Take the turret. I'm gonna try to get up to about like 50 HP regeneration. We don't really need a ton because we'll be getting regeneration from consumables, and also because by the time we hit like wave 30, no matter how much regeneration we have, enemies will kill us in one shot anyways. But I will continue to just try to put off that moment a little bit by buying some HP. Keep rolling. Keep rolling. I guess I'll take the injection. Gonna keep rolling. Metal, we don't care that much about. I guess it gives us some stats that we want, so we'll pick up the metal. Roll again. And there's another elemental damage upgrade. Jelly is now worth 3 max HP, so we'll go ahead and pick that up as well. Looks like I've reduced my... No, that was the +2s there were from the regeneration potion, because we have double healing when we're below half. I was confused because I thought that I was getting 2 healing from the medical turret, which you get 2 healing from medical turret if you have negative engineering, but I didn't think that I had reduced my engineering that much. Something fun about multiple hunting trophies. You may not know how multiple hunting trophies work, but it doesn't just add to the chance of getting a material. So if you have 2 hunting trophies, it's not that each enemy has a 66% chance of dropping a material. It's that each enemy has 2 33% chances of dropping a material. So you have a 1 in 9 chance of getting 2 materials, a 4 in 9 chance of getting 1 material, and a 4 in 9 chance of getting no materials when you have 2 hunting trophies. So it's actually kind of cool that way. We'll take the lure, of course, and more attack speed. Attack speed's the stat we care most about. Dangerous Bunny also critical for endless mode runs. We'll grab this and then roll. Still haven't seen a single fireball. I'll take metal detector. It's a limited item. There's no chance I'm going to play this run long enough to get to 20 metal detectors, but, might as well play it the way you're supposed to. Spicy sauce, another limited item, and we're going to roll. Take garden for sure. Rolling again. Lure, gentle alien, and I will take the blindfold. Although, actually, I guess we're over dodge cap and crit chance cap, so there's no point in picking up blindfold. I don't think our plasma sledge is doing anything because it's shorter range than our other weapons, but it does have a bigger explosion radius, so when it does hit, it's more likely to actually hit a bunch of enemies. The particle accelerator, I assume, is doing a big percentage of our actual weapon damage. Although we don't have any melee damage, Rip and Tear would also be pretty good for this character because we have a lot of explosion damage increases. So I guess I will take the Goat Skull just to prepare for Rip and Tear if we happen to find it. And similarly, the Hedgehog. Gentle Alien. yeah, I don't care about capping my max HP at 150. That's fine. And the elemental damage is, of course, excellent. Alien Worm, we don't need. I'm going to reroll this and reroll again. Nah, rerolling for 50 is just not great. Yeah, I guess I'll take the chain gun. I think what we're doing here is just a cool weapons run. So we're just going to take all the cool weapons we see. And pick up the chain gun. It scales off our engineering, which we have 20 of, and our range damage, which we have 4 of. And then we'll roll. Triangle of Power is an item that I actually like in endless mode because you don't tend to take hits, because any hits will kill you. Rolling here. Retromation's Hoodie gives us massive attack speed, so very happy to see that. And now we can buy any percent dodge that we see as well. Take this and then roll. And Fertilizer doesn't do that much. Celery Tea is really cool in endless mode runs, I think, because this will just keep ticking. So we can use the Celery Tea. Chain Gun will let us obliterate these elites. That's just going to be so much damage. Yep, we found a level 4 particle accelerator and a chain gun and an Excalibur, all before we found a single fireball. Unless I missed one and rolled past it in the shop somehow. Always a possibility for these types of runs where I'm looking for a specific item. Never underestimate the chance that I might just be dumb. Chain gun is such a fun weapon. Just the constant shooting and how much damage it does is just so satisfying. Hey, a 3rd hunting trophy. This is a really good endless run, by the way. We've gotten a lot of the key items. The only things that we're really missing are we don't have any tardigrades. I will take these items and then roll. I'll take another bean teacher. I guess I'll take potato. Rolling again. Don't need broken mouth because we're capped on HP. We'll take rip and tear for even more explosion damage. Rolling again. Take the gentle alien and the explosive shells. Roll again. Take another gentle alien. I'll buy the mutation because that can give us 2 elemental damage with our snowball, which still on wave 26 has only given us 12. We did pick up that Triangle of Power, so of course if I take a hit, I lose 2% damage, but as you can see, that's not currently a concern. Triangle of Power is one of the most controversial items in Brotato. People have very, very strong opinions about that item. My opinion, I think, is somewhere in the middle. It's a situational pick that's good in some runs and not good in other runs. More explosion damage. Yep, another unique. Don't really care about any of those stats, so we'll just go ahead and recycle it. I'll take the elemental damage. I will buy this. More percent damage. I don't think we actually care that much about the glass cannon. At this point, I'm just looking for cool weapons. Though I will take the energy bracelet. And I guess I'll take lens. It's an efficient way to boost our chain gun. Spicy sauce, I think that's the last one. Alien Eyes is great. Losing number of enemies on the field is painful, but you usually just take Candle and White Flag in endless runs just to get them out of the pool. Rolling again here, we'll take Coupon and roll again, and Alloy at this point is only 3 elemental damage, basically, although I guess we scale engineering and we scale off of range damage on this, so we use all of these stats a little bit. I'll take it. I'm gonna roll again. Alien Eyes is less good than it would be in most endless runs, by the way, because I cap my max HP quite low. You often try to avoid doing that in order to give yourself the the maximum amount of damage with alien eyes. Take the small magazine and the metal detector and roll again, and I guess that's it. I'll go to wave 27. 3,000 damage critical there. Important dodge. We wouldn't have died if I took that one hit from the elite, but it would have probably done 100 damage to me, 120 or so. Elite's damage scales massively as you go on into endless mode. I've said this before, but especially now that constructs can have an item that lets them critically hit, I think that my wish, if the devs wanted to include an item, streamer item for me in the game, I would suggest burn damage can critically hit, because I think that would enable a lot of cool synergies. Baby with a beard, yep, always great in endless mode runs. Take even more attack speed, because why not? And then we'll just keep rolling. Roll here, take this and roll. Another plasma sledge we don't really need. Even more explosion size. Oh, so honey was reworked. This used to do something different, I think. But this now does explosion damage and explosion size at the cost of speed and dodge. Gives you some ranged damage, which we don't really need, but it's fine. I hadn't seen that item was reworked previously. I could take plasma sledge instead of one of these planks. Let's check our weapon damage, by the way. It's 202,000 from the particle accelerator, 224 from the chain gun, and 0 from the plank. So that's pretty funny. Ranged weapons, of course, will outperform melee weapons in endless mode runs by a significant margin. We do now want, well, we want wisdom just because it gets rid of a unique from the pool. Robot arm is also quite good for us. We lose max HP, but we're way over HP cap, and the both melee damage for our rip and tear, delta 31k damage, and engineering are useful. We'll take the wisdom here as well. Reinforced steel also. All right, so we're 30 waves in. Still nary a fireball in sight. Starting to wonder if this item, if that weapon was patched out of the game when I wasn't looking. Would be very funny if that was the case. I haven't been following all the patch notes for the beta. Definitely gonna go check the patch notes after this video and be like, oh no. But that'll be good because it'll give people something to be mad about in the comments, which I know you're always looking for. Take the lure here, and then we will just go ahead and pick up more range damage for our baby with a beard. We've got plenty of armor and dodge, although we are starting to reach the point where our dodge is getting back towards dipping below cap, which I don't want, so I'll pick that up. And dodge that I buy, actually, I should be buying dodge still, because dodge that I buy works with Retromation's hoodie, which I forgot we had for a moment there. Like I said, we want to take white flag just to pull it out of the pool. Buy this, and then roll incendiary turret, because why not? Keep rolling. Structure attack speed, that's great. More elemental damage for our snowball. Scared sausage, more elemental damage for the snowball. Another triangle of power, just efficient percent damage, and a roll. Lucky coin is great as well. That's 250 luck. And I'll take 7% damage. Looking for one more cool weapon to try out, although I'm pretty happy with the chain gun and particle accelerator combination.
but it would be fun to have just a bunch of legendary weapons. Endless mode runs always end up in kind of the same place, where you're using alien eyes and baby with a beard and cyber balls and baby elephants to clear, and you can just sort of AFK in all the waves that aren't elite waves. But this run, we have these really powerful weapons, so that's helping out a lot, because those weapons are actually still doing tons of relevant damage. Take the dangerous bunny nail. Yeah, our weapons get 20% more engineering scaling. That's great. Take more damage here. We will recycle this bat because we don't care about lifesteal at all. And do I want to go up to 60% move speed? I'm just going to take the engineering because that increases the damage output of our weapons now. Let's see, did these swing at all? No, we got no melee damage. Our plasma sledge hit once, but our ranged weapons and alien eyes and stuff killed everything else. Roll here, clockwork wasp, and roll. Roll. I guess I'll take blindfold because it's dodge, which is 10% attack speed. I'm gonna roll past that. We will take the cape here again because we have the hoodie. Rocket launcher I don't think is cool enough to count. Leather vest, coffee, continuing to roll, and I will roll one more time and stop rolling here with 143, I think. Have to make sure that my chain gun is shooting. Where did the... I couldn't see the elite. I just saw that there were, or the boss. I just saw there were rings of shots spawning under me. And I was like, where did that thing go? And then the rings stopped spawning. And I realized that my particle accelerator just killed it while I had no idea where it was. So that's kind of entertaining. Fascinated that we still haven't found a fireball. Starting to become more convinced that it was removed in a patch. Though I can't imagine why they would do that. I'll take this, I'll recycle this, I'll recycle this, I'll take this, recycle. I'm basically doing things at random at this point. Another plasma sledge we don't care about. Bloody Hand will take off tardigrade, but at this point, I think we're not going to go deep enough on endless mode that we're going to end up with tardigrades. Another particle accelerator and an Excalibur, but melee weapons don't really do anything. On the other hand, I will sell this for the particle accelerator, which we can then upgrade with our... The perfect way to summon a tardigrade, by the way, was to buy Bloody Hand. We can then upgrade the particle accelerator with our anvil. Take the stone skin now, just because it pulls a unique out of the pool. Although I shouldn't have bought this metal plate. We don't need the armor, and our HP's capped anyways. Keep rolling. Still finding these like level 1 weapons also, even with 530 luck. We'll take the dynamite and roll. And I'll take another celery tea, because why not? Got a dodge there, which was pretty important, because I think we, again, might have died if I'd taken that hit. Starting to reach the point where our damage output isn't high enough to kill the elites quickly. Oh, I got the triangle of power, so of course buying Bloody Hand was stupid. Oh well. We have enough percent damage that it won't mind, and we're planning to end the run anyways. Easy to forget that kind of thing in these deep, endless runs. You can see we are still doing... Yeah, we're gonna end with our shots doing a lot less damage, because my percent damage is getting reduced by 300% in the course of a wave. we would need a lot of lifesteal to make up the difference there. Possible to get, but not definitely not the correct pick. And of course, we bought the celery tea, so the enemies had extra health. Ricochet you don't want to buy in endless mode runs, but I am curious how it works with the particle accelerator, so I'm going to buy it. This reduces our damage output dramatically, but we're mostly doing science at this point. As you can see from like buying Bloody Hand with triangle power and stuff, when we get into the 30 waves or so, I am more interested in just kind of seeing what cool stuff we can do rather than playing optimally. Sure, I'll buy this. It's unique. Let me keep rolling. I'm really very curious where all of the fireballs are. Honey, I guess we'll take, and then roll again. Another lure. Shady potion, I don't care about, but I'll buy more elemental damage. Take more explosion damage. I need to start buying lifesteal now, so our percent damage isn't getting reduced this drastically, and just more percent damage, because I ruined my character a little bit by buying that Bloody Hand. Of course, when you are normally going for an endless run, you never buy the damage over time items, because you want to buy tardigrades. So I bought the Triangles of Power because I was like, well, we'll never buy the damage over time items. This is endless. But then I was thinking, you know, we're gonna end this video in a couple waves anyways, so I'll just buy the Bloody Hand just for fun, forgetting that I had bought the Triangles of Power. So you can see our damage output is getting decreased dramatically by the end of these waves. We have like plus 400% damage to start and plus 100% damage to end them. Sure, we'll take landmines and another landmines. Why not? Another celery tea, sure. And dodge is attack speed, so we'll take that. We'll take this. Roll again. Clockwork wasp, sure. Honey. Rolling again. Oh, I wasn't paying attention to the particle accelerators with the ricochet. I'm curious if that does anything. Need to actually pay more attention to that in the next wave. Focus, that's a bunch of damage, but costs us attack speed. But my percent damage is actually pretty important because I bought the Bloody Hand with the Triangle of Power, so we'll buy that. Okay, so I'm gonna watch and see if the particle accelerators ricochet at all. It looks like they don't. I was sort of hoping the beam would turn, like when you have flamethrower, you get ricochets off of those, but the particle accelerator doesn't seem to do anything. The reason you don't want to buy Ricochet in endless mode runs, by the way, is that each bounce has a secret 50% reduction in damage. And there's no way, unlike with Piercing, there's no pumpkin equivalent for Ricochet. So it just reduces, and weapons bounce before they pierce. So it means that all of your piercing gets reduced by 50% for each Ricochet that you have. So it actually decreases your AoE clear speed dramatically when you buy Ricochet. Just gonna accept everything here. Still 0 fireballs. Really fascinated to see if this was in fact removed in a patch. All right, we'll take a nuke launcher because that's another cool weapon, because why not? I guess it looks like maybe the particle accelerator is spawning just one like projectile, one of the sort of generic projectiles, but that might also just be the baby with the beard. Most items, of course, like you can see, are Alien Eyes projectiles ricochet, and it's actually the Alien Eyes graphic. But some weapons, when they ricochet, spawn a generic projectile rather than ricocheting the actual projectile. So it's possible that Particle Accelerator is one of them. All right, and we are going to recycle this. Let's just pick up everything, I guess. And we will take our nuke launcher and roll. Sure. Keep on rolling. Yeah, why not? Robot arm. It's going to give us more stats, although this is the last wave that I'm going to play, I think. Might as well pick up the weird ghost just for fun. All right. I'm continuing to roll because we still have yet to see a fireball, so we went 35 waves without a single one. I assume at this point, I'm starting to assume that the comments are going to be entirely, it was removed in the patch, you numbskull, you Nimrod. But I'm gonna go check the Discord after this and find out whether that happened or not. As is, though, we got to play with Particle Accelerator, Nuke Launcher, which of course makes giant explosions, which is very fun, and Chain Gun, which is always a blast. So still happy with this run. It was a fun run, but did not get to do the thing that I set out to do when I sat down to play this run over like an hour and a quarter ago. Of course, if Fireball has not been removed in a patch, I will attempt another run where we actually test out Fireball. We'll try a different character to see if that's if that is more likely to roll into it. All right. I'm actually just going to re-roll and give one more try to finding it. Because I'm just very curious here. So we're just going to re-roll until we run out of money. All right, still nothing. Fascinating. Well, anyways, that's going to do it for this run. We could continue to go for a while with this endless mode run, but of course I did kind of scuff it by picking up Bloody Hand alongside the Triangles of Power. So this endless mode run isn't destined to go more than like wave 40 or wave 50 probably we could get to if I decided to like really tighten up my play and focus on getting to a high endless mode run. But that is all the time that I have for recording, and this run was fun. We got to showcase a bunch of really cool weapons. Taking a look at our economy items, the most important thing, of course, was that we picked up these hunting trophies early. That gave us tons of material over the course of the run. 5 coupons as well is pretty nice. We got the max discount very early on. As always, my friends, I hope that you enjoyed this look at Brotato. Sorry we couldn't find a fireball, but we'll get them next time for you, assuming they still exist. And of course, if you have enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out a ton with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for a future fireball run and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, my friends. I'll catch you next time.